When you think of Venice, it's probably of water and boats rather than vines and grapes. However, this city has deeply influenced the grape growing culture on dry land. In fact, the whole of the Adriatic coast was once part of La Serenissimi's Republic, and to this day can reflect the creativity and imagination of this magical city. Here, some of the funkiest winemakers in the world are pushing boundaries, using native grapes to make wines like you've never seen before. So come and experience some wines that will truly blow you out of the water. The beautiful city of Venice is surrounded by fertile plains that produce more wine than any part of Italy. But the truly great wines come from the surrounding hills that can reach all the way into neighboring Slovenia. The rich and powerful city of Venice influenced all the regions around as people moved between the waterways and the land, between trade, fishing and agriculture. And now I have the chance to meet the descendant of a Venetian noble lady who, for the sake of forbidden love, gave up the canals for the verdant green vineyards leading to the famous Movia winery. So, Alish, I'm so glad you could make it to Italy to meet with me because you've come from Slovenia?
Yes.
Could you tell me something more about your family? Because here we are in Venice.
Yes.
We're going to drink some Slovenian wine, but I hear that your family was originally from Venice?
Yes, Movia is, the family was from Venice, and in 1820, one of the three daughters decided to go on terra firma, which means on stable.
On the firm ground.
Yes, firm ground, where they had this small farm.
Oh.
And yes, and then came Kristancic and married that girl. Oh. And I'm the 8th Kristancic in the house.
You're the 8th generation.
Yes, yes, yes.
Have they always been making wine?
You know, in that time was not a lot of families which they do that, because you needed in that time to have just the hilly part.
Just the hill, okay.
No, but after they start to dry the flat.
I understand. It's exactly like Bordeaux, isn't it? With the Medoc.
How do you know this?
They have to drain it.
They have to drain it.
Drain the land.
And of course that land is a little bit different than on the hills. Because on the hills you have very poor soil, but on the flat have a little bit richer, a little bit more dark soil, But it's a soil to plant the vine, And my grandfather.
Your grand,
8 generations ago.
8 generations ago.
He was not really a farmer, because the family was in Venice. They had this farm, and they had a farmer who was there.
So originally the family was much more about Venice rich people, and they had this very nice farm, and they had a worker to grow the grapes. Now, then they became involved in it.
Yes, and just because one of these three daughters, she fell in love with Kristancic, and Kristancic was a soldier, and it was not normal that one lady from Venice
would
decided to go on the farm.
So Movia is a story of forbidden love.
Movia is a story of forbidden love. And I don't know, but wine, with wine, you get something which is very difficult to explain, but with wine you can fly, you dance better, you say more true, you are more beautiful.
So your spirit is moved.
Yes, but it has to be real wine. And to make real wine, you need to be a real farmer. You need to have the hands of a farmer.
I see that.
And we had just the harvest now. And for that, I put always the hands under the table.
Oh no, I think here, let me see. These are real working hands.
Like this. Yes.
Look at that.
And they have to be a size of worker,
They are.
Yes, because my father said, if I will go to the lawyer and he will have hands like me, I will not believe that he is a lawyer.
The story of Movia is romantic and moving, and I felt safe in the giant hands of Alish as he introduced to me the most fascinating sparkling wine that I've ever seen opened, bringing together Venetian creativity with hands-on cellar winemaking. Be prepared for this. It's wine, but not as you know it.
This wine is really pure, is without anything. I have another thing here.
I have never seen
Don't be afraid.
so much equipment
Yeah.
to open a wine.
You will see why. Because this wine we produce from natural grapes, and for second fermentation we don't add sugar, what is normal, but we add must.
Must, okay.
And if we leave this part in the bottle, which is his sediment, the wine is forever, you know, and it's totally without sulfites. For
Okay,
that,
so just
look,
wait, let's see.
Yes.
Look
Here,
at that. Okay.
that here we have a sediment, and this is clean.
Oh, wow.
And we need first to take out the sediment.
Okay.
And for that we use this. Look, I invented then also a key,
Let's see.
purista, no, which will help us that we can use
I have
this wine.
never seen this before.
Yes.
Let me take that. Do we need this? Do we need it? No. Okay. All
this
right.
is already.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very simple. Don't be afraid, please. We need to
I'll
do
try
that.
not to be afraid.
First, zack, zack, and then we move the bottle down. You see?
Yes.
And then
I
we
see
slowly go up. No?
it. And you move it.
Slowly.
Yes, I can see it
You see?
beautifully.
And then we open.
One, two,
Bam.
oh!
This is a liberation of wine. And can I serve? And if I did the good job, in the glass it has to be clean. And look at this. It's pure. This is from Pinot Noir. It's 2010.
Oh my
and it's totally without sulfites.
It's
You know,
beautiful.
This is why sometimes, you know, to make wine, even if we ask more, we don't complicate, because it's a reason why, you know?
Well, it's so intense.
Yes.
It's so intense. It's so strong.
Just a second, you know, sometimes I forget for, for all this stuff, but the point is, you know, if we leave that part, we drink pure.
Wow. Pure. Salute.
Salute.
That is a fascinating wine.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, it's so complex and it's so savory, and the bubbles are so fresh and amazingly lively.
Yeah. And
Just
it's fine.
And for me, it's not just the taste of the wine, it's also the texture.
It's the texture.
It's got this fantastic texture of the bubbles. Oh,
I like, you know, I really like this one.
it is wonderful. So you have to have the special equipment to open it?
Yes, of course. But, you know, the sediment you can leave in the bottle only if you are very good farmer.
Yes.
If you don't use herbicides, if you don't use bad pesticides. We use forever just sulfur and copper.
Okay.
It means it's an old way, but if the year is not good, you lose. But what remains have a big, thick skin. And in the skin, you have a taste, because the inside of any berry of grape
Yes.
is water and sugar.
Yes.
The skin is connected with the soil.
Okay. So what we have here is a wine that is the natural expression of your soil, that you're trying to give the drinker the most pure form of what your soil is, of what your grapes are.
Exactly. You know, the wine is really something which in my family is really a part of our life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you give more to the wine and you forget that you have a wife, you forget that you have
You
children.
forget you have a family.
Yeah, but you know, I'm a lucky man because I have a wife which understands this.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Actually, you know that we have another glass?
I was wondering about the second glass. This is beautiful, but what about the second glass?
You know, the second wine, I wanted to tell you that it's just a normal wine, but we need also a little bit,
okay.
You know,
I'm going to wait for you to see.
I will be fast, please.
Okay.
Give me this chance.
All right.
Okay.
这款酒它的名字是 Puro， 它的意思是非常纯净的一款酒，特别纯的。那么我可以了解为什么叫这个名字，因为这款酒里边他们没加任何多的那些气泡酒的工艺，比如说它没加糖啊，它没调它的味道。你喝的那款酒就是他们最纯净的这款酒，而且我很了解为什么他们有这个开瓶方式，是因为给人提供机会来喝到最新鲜的气泡酒。我个人一辈子没喝过那么新鲜的气泡酒，而且你看这款酒的外观啊，稍微有点浑浊啊，但是别怕，这款酒的风格就是天然酒。为什么叫天然酒？为什么叫它自然酒？是因为里边的酒是最自然的、最天然的，而且是最纯的。That was a Venice experience like nothing I'd ever seen before, so I was super eager to see the next wine that Alice would produce for me.
This bottle I have to really walk very, very slowly because here also we have a sediment.
So this wine is sediment all around here.
Yes, and we need to decant, and then we will have a clean in the glass. The sediment will remain in the bottle, and also without sulfite.
So you're going to open it? I'm going to prepare this.
Yes. You know, when you have a bottle with a sediment, it's very important that you never forget that you can move the water around, but the bottle has to stay. Because otherwise you bring up the sediment.
So you move
for
the
that,
cork
the bottle
through?
is exactly on the same position. And of course, you open very slowly, because if you hear the cork, then what happened? You bring up the sediment.
So if you have this kind of natural wine and you open it, you can't make a noise. Let me hear.
Look, if I'm good, and you will see that the bottles which are...
I'm trying to hear.
Look at this.
I'm trying to hear. No, I can't hear anything. Oh! Peace. Now, are we going to drink it from the water glass?
No. That is the glass which we will need on the end.
Okay.
We need first to decant. I need to see the shoulder of the bottle, you know, where I have to stop when the sediment came.
So you need to pour very slowly, very carefully, being careful all the time not to disturb the sediment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. And now look. We have a wine, and here we have this part. Look at this. And this is a part which maintains the wine alive. You know, this is for ice is like dirty, but look at this. May I try?
May I sniff?
Please.
Oh.
Yeah, this is clean. Of course, this is.
May I try it?
If you want, I try first. That you...
No, let me go. I'm brave. I'm brave. Oh, that's not bad.
Yes, that's the clean...
You can drink that.
Of course.
But then we have this wine here.
And this wine, of course, we have not to forget to this part, because I can serve like this.
Yeah. You know, we've been talking about this, but you haven't told me what grape is in this.
This is Ribolla.
Ribolla.
Which is our indigenous variety. And it's like the wine which is, we say that it's a hunter's wine, you know. You know, the wine is very special because we believe that the man discovered wine. The man just found the wine in the nature.
So this is Ribolla from
Ribolla.
Slovenia,
Yes.
And it is a, as you would say, natural wine. Would you say natural wine?
If that is not natural, I can ask somebody, what is natural then?
Well, salute.
Cheers.
Oh gosh, that's so complex to me.
And it's special, no?
It's very special. So, is every bottle of this wine the same, or are they different?
No, they are different. Like, if you have something which is more natural, it is, more differences you have. We can think that that is not nice, but in the things which are natural, like you cannot find two animals which are the same, you cannot find two bottles which are the same. And if we are different, it's more attraction.
Yeah. So, I have one last question.
Please.
Why is this wine called Lunar? So I see the label.
Lunar. You know who is Lunar?
The moon?
Yes. No, the moon is Luna. She is a lady.
Okay.
But in my culture, we say that the lady gives us something, and the man with that passion makes wine. For that, Lunar is a winemaker of the moon. We don't get the passion from the grapes, from the vines. We get the passion from the woman.
Oh, passion from the woman,
And
from the grapes.
And with that passion, you can make wine.
Well, that
Only
sounds wonderful. Can we lift a glass to life and love and grapes and wine?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers, it was so nice.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Tasting the Movia wines was an incredibly memorable way to round off this dip into the varied, complex and fascinating world of Italian wines. Oh, there's been so many beautiful glasses along the way, wines full of history and culture, wines with modernness and funkiness, wines of high altitude and mountains to wines from the breezy coast, from sparkling light whites to rich deep reds. We've barely scratched the surface of Italy, and I hope that this has whet your appetite for more discoveries of the world and its wines.